Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to cover an introduction to JSON, also sometimes called JSON, objects and name value pairs, using JSON with JavaScript, and converting to and from strings with JSON. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. It's a syntax for storing and exchanging data. This is needed because when exchanging data between a browser and a server, the data can only be sent in text. JSON is text, and we can convert between JavaScript objects and JSON so that we can send those objects between the server and the browser. When storing data, there are format requirements for what you can store. Text is always an allowed format, so JSON is also a great way to store JavaScript objects for later use. So we've been talking about objects. Let's cover what they are for a moment. In JavaScript, objects are just about anything that is storing a value. This includes things like arrays, functions, or dates. They're all just storing the code that's inside in a name that you've given it. Now in JSON, objects are surrounded by curly braces and are written in a name-value pair. Name-value pairs consist of a name, which is encapsulated by quotes, and that serves as our index. It's sort of like an array, followed by a colon and the value to be stored at that index. These indexes are separated by commas. If you look at our example, you can see that we have our brackets and curly braces, and our quotes of first name and last name and age. Those are our indexes, and our values are John, Doe, and 30. By storing them in name-value pairs, you can reference them later. You can say first name, and it'll print out the value of John, just like how in PHP, we used an array at 0 to print out the first object in the array. In order for JavaScript objects to be converted to JSON, it also has to follow this same format. What this means is that if you intend to use JSON to send between your server or to store your objects, then you're going to have to keep this in mind when you write your JavaScript, because you're going to have to put it in the same format as JSON. You can convert between those two things, and we'll go over that along with some other usages in our next video.